Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series. Tonight we are heading for round 16. We're going to Marina Bay for the Singapore Grand Prix. So we're starting to approach the business end of the season now. Still sitting in 4th place, although points lost really at Monza last time out. We could have potentially scored more than we did. I think maybe switching the strategy was the right decision, but I did it too late. I should have committed to that strategy a lot sooner. And as a result, you know, while we had decent pace chasing down the cars, we just ran out of laps in the end to really take advantage of what we could do. So unfortunately, yeah, points lost last time out. Not happy with the board, or the board weren't happy with the result, and our rivals did catch us a little bit. But as I say, we are still 24 points clear of Aston Martin at the moment. 40. No, is that right? It's 34 points. 34 points clear of Aston Martin and 40 points clear of Williams. So we have a little bit of a cushion. Singapore is a bit of a strange track. Sometimes it can be quite a dull race. Sometimes it can be fraught with yellow flags, virtual safety cars, full safety cars, red flags, the works. You know, I don't know how this one's going to go. I guess we'll find out. We still don't know what the weather's going to be like yet. It's 11 days away, so we won't know for another few days just yet whether it's going to be dry or wet. It's usually dry. Occasionally you get some wet weather here as well. I think we are good on parts, even though we haven't actually done our inspections yet. Oh, wow. Everything's failing. Oh, okay. A lot of replacements need to be installed here. Go, and let's take a look at car 2. Not so bad. Front wing's not far off failing though. Put that underfloor on there and suspension on there, and now let's have a look what we've got left in terms of parts. No spare underfloors, one spare side pod. In fact, is that the new one? Are our cars running the same spec? Yes they are. I thought I had a new part to go on. Or is it not? Oh, it's not finished yet. That's why we've got no underfloor spare. We are finishing building them, or finishing designing them. They'll be ready for manufacturing in 2 days, a new front wing in 6 days. So we'll have one car, which is going to probably be Oscar's, have the new underfloor and a new front wing. And then we'll make sure that Mick has those parts for Suzuka, which will be the race afterwards. How you doing, Baron? Good to see you tonight. Hello to everyone else who's lurking in the comments as well. Do feel free to say hello, to speak up. We've got some scouting going on. Facility-wise, let's have a look. Factory upgrade will be finished in 2 weeks. That's nice. Just about a week for the wind tunnel. Design centre's getting a little low. Suspension simulator is getting a little low. Team hub is getting a little low. Well, everything's starting to break at the same time, isn't it? Race sim's still fine. That's good. That's the important one. Memorabilia room has broken. Tour center isn't too far off. Helipad's okay for a while. Weather center's okay. Hospitality area's fine. Boardroom's fine. So potentially some mounting repair bills popping up. We do have a little bit of cash in the bank, as you can see, 7.3 mil, and no huge bills in terms of replacement parts. We still have 6 parts going at the moment, but I get the feeling we've now crossed the threshold instead of crushed the threshold. Messing up my words tonight. Yeah, I think we've now crossed that threshold of the 45-day period. So I think when the next project goes, we might not be able to actually replace it. We might have to wait until we've only got the 4 slots again. We'll see in 2 days when the underfloor finishes, I suppose. Nothing in manufacturing right now, and we don't need to make any more of those from our existing parts because we're replacing them. So is there anything we do need to replace? A side pod and a suspension. Let's go ahead and build one of each of those. Actually, no, not one of each, because I need 2 slots. So let's just build a new suspension, because that takes a while and it's more likely to get broken. Evening, Farah. Let's see, is there anything else we need to do right now? Don't think there is. So let's advance a little bit of time. My weekend was good, thank you, Maren. I was able to finally head up to see my buddy Nick, who had that stroke last year, and get his PS5 all set up, get everything dealt with the PS4, all the data that needed to be moved around and transferred and kept on the old system, and that's now ready for his kids. His system's now set up. Got the access controller that me and a mutual friend bought for him, set up and configured a bit for him. He bought my Pulse headset off me as well at a reduced rate, mates rates. So yeah, he's now hopefully going to be a little bit more active on the network again. Looking forward to trying to get back into some gaming at some point soon. And that was my weekend. Yeah, went over there on the Saturday, got everything sort of done by about midnight, stayed over and came back Sunday mid-morning, early afternoon kind of time. Right, we have still got a slot. Excellent. Okay, let's immediately jump on that and get a research project going. We've got new hours in 5 days. Alright, well, I'm not going to wait the 5 days just in case by the time those days come around we lose the ability to get a project done, so we're just going to go straight on it. There we go. Evening, Janine. Evening, Marcus. Let's start building those underfloors now as well. Glad to hear your dad's doing a little bit better, Farah. Mick has low morale. That's because he's had a couple of bad results. And the board are complaining. Still don't have a weather report. Got 2 more days to go on that. Let's advance a little bit more time. Going to get a board payment through very, very soon. Side pods, we know about the side pods. There we go, front wing is designed and ready. Let's start building those. Grand Prix weekend starts in 5 days, that's the Friday, so the spare for Oscar's car will be ready on the Saturday. There we go. In fact, let's just throw in 5 of those. Factory itself will be upgraded in 9 days, so just before Suzuka. And we do still have the extra slots, so we are immediately going to go and throw in a project on the front wing as well. Excellent stuff. Let's see, let's boost the brake cooling a little bit. We'll leave the sensitivity as is. Throw on those 3 engineers. That's another 1.6 mil. So we've gone from having 7.3 to just under 1.7. But we have been able to squeeze in an extra couple of projects while we still have this boosted design center. So I'm quite fine with that. And we're literally about to get another board payment through as soon as we advance a day as well. We've got some scouting back. Gabriel Bortoletto, 4 months on his contract. Staniak has 4 months. Michel Guerin also has 4 months. And there's our front wing. Is there anyone else that we can scout? It's worth scouting? Not yet. Oh, we need to sign Ollie Behrman as well. He is by far and away the winner of the poll. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but I checked it earlier this afternoon and he was like on 70-something%, so 71% I think it was. So, yeah, it's going to be Ollie. We'll make sure we sign him. Evening, Anthony. So let's scout. Let's see, there's not many people left to scout actually. Scout out a few more engineers, I suppose. And I'm just going to get 2, and I'm going to sack off 2 of our scouts just to save a little bit of cash on our monthly bills. Salarat for a month. The last report I saw, admittedly it was yesterday, was that he was going to miss 2 games for Egypt. Do a lot more scouting here, couldn't we? No, never mind. Starting to get quite a few new guys popping up now. Alright, let's get that board payment in. Got a new ATR now as well. So we're back up to 7.3 mil. Nice. That's pretty much where we started. Car part developments. Yeah, as I say, we've got that money in the bank, ready and waiting. New ATR period, so we'll have some hours for the next part to drop. Board confidence is still low confidence. Not surprising. We keep getting disappointing results, unfortunately. Driver update for the month. How did our drivers develop over the month of August? See, a point in smoothness for Oscar and a point in reactions and just a point in accuracy for Mick. Mick's development rate starting to slow down. Tech insights for Williams. They've recently done a new underfloor, as have we. And Alpine are below where they expected to be, but again, not that surprising considering the results they've had recently. They've been nowhere. Right, let's get the pit crew done for the next month. Let's strip everything out. Go on to cumulative. What's our fatigue level? It's quite high. There we go. So I'm not going to put any training on the first week, and then we'll put a day of training here. And then we'll do 6 or 5 days of training here. Have a Sunday off, and then 1 day of training here as well before we head to Qatar. Day of training there as well. Okay, so we'll actually get our mistake chance under 10% just by the end of the month, which is quite nice. Getting some decent looking numbers there now in the low to mid 70s. And you can see how our average pit stop per race has kind of bounced around a little bit. That's Ferrari. Let's have a look at Red Bulls. Oh yeah, they're consistently good, aren't they? But we have beaten them a few times, as you can see. Okay. We've got some weather. Oh, it's gonna be a very wet weekend. Look at that. Sort of medium. Is that medium rain? I think it's medium rain on the Saturday, which will probably affect qualifying, and then heavy rain on the Sunday. Nothing quite like a wet Singapore. This could be fun. This could also be a disaster. I'm not sure how our car is right now in terms of the rest of the grid. We've got the new parts going on Oscar's car. He is our better wet weather driver as well, I believe. Yes, by 2 points, but he's got the better adaptability rating. They're both equal on braking. Oscar's got the advantage on cornering and control. Not quite as smooth, more adaptable, better overtaking, better defending, less in reactions, better in accuracy. I mean, they are fairly well balanced, as you can see, but Oscar does now have the edge. What are we developing him on? Wet track, that's for his control smoothness. Yeah, that's the right one there. Let's have a look at Oscar. We've got him on race strategy at the moment. Oh yeah, that's definitely the right one to have him on. And we've still got time. We've still got time before the Grand Prix. So let's sign Ollie Behrman before I forget again. So let's have a look. He turned that down last time. We're going to go back up to 4 seasons, but we're going to offer him 2.5 mil. And we're going to offer him a bigger signing bonus as well. We're going to offer him 100 grand. And there we go. Wasn't happy about the length of the contract, but you know, the high salary and the bigger signing bonus helped him overcome that displeasure at 4 years of reserve driving. Let's plonk him in. There we go. Ollie Behrman, welcome to the team for next season. We'll let him continue developing in the F2 Championship this year. And we have now just lost the design centre improvement there, you can see. So we will lose those extra engineers, we will lose those extra project capacities, and we'll go back down to 2% across the board instead of 3 for the improvements. Wind tunnel refurb is done though, so that helps get that back up to where it should be, just in time for the other one to go back down a bit. Alright, 3 days to go. As you can see, it's not cancelled any of these projects, although we have got no engineers on this now for some reason. And 8 engineers on the suspension. Okay, not sure what's happened there. We'll take those off. We'll put them on there, and we'll put 2 on there because that's how it should have been. Nice and spread out across the board. I really don't know what happened there. That's very, very odd. Very odd indeed. Right, let's advance time again. And now we are going to go to Oscar's car, and we're going to slap on that brand new underfloor, which will give him a little bit of extra downforce. And we'll slap on that brand new front wing, which again will give him an extra bit of downforce and improve his brake cooling a little bit as well. I put that on the floor on the wrong car. There we go. So let's have a look at what that's done to our cars. So car analysis. Let's pull up Oscar's car as well. There we see it has improved the acceleration just a little bit. It's definitely worked out nicely for the cornering. You can see we're now flat 10 across the board. So some nice improvements there. A little bit of extra brake cooling, but it is literally a little bit extra. It's what, 0.09%. Gains about 1.5%, nearly 2% on the dirty air tolerance. And we've stripped just a tiny little bit of extra weight off there as well. So that's good to see. All right. How are we looking against everybody? Speed-wise, we are slightly above the average, as you can see. As in 11th, it's 0.03 kilometers above the average. Only 0.004 G down on the average on the low speed. That's good. Down 0.006 on the medium, and actually up 0.007 on the high. But we're still down about 3% and a bit on dirty air. Still down on brake and engine cooling by about 4%. 2.5% as far as the brakes go, but about 4% on engine cooling. Again, we're not too far away, despite what the numbers say. 18th against the average. It's only 4%. Yeah, the numbers aren't as bad as they make out they are, because those margins are a lot smaller across the grid. So it's not horrible. The extra downforce is definitely going to help, given that there's no DRS in this race. Well, at least when it's wet there won't be. So having that extra grip will certainly help us in the corners, keep us a little bit more competitive. Let's see what the targets are. The incentive is 1 car in Q2. We can easily achieve that. We can get both cars into Q2. We'll go 2 in the top 12. And we'll get 1 car into Q3, and that'll probably be Oscar. Finish position 1 in the top 8. We'll try. We'll also try for the fastest lap, depending on when the weather's going to fall. We might be able to sneak that. Quali position, new streak 1 in the top 10. Sorry, 2 in the top 10 for 2 races. We are halfway through that, so if we can get both in Q3, that would be nice. Get that extra 680 grand. And let's set a new finish position streak, and we're going to go very conservative on this one, because every time we try and be a little bit more aggressive with it, we fail and pay through the nose. So let's go with that. 2 in the top 15 for 5 races. I think we are pretty much ready. Yeah, let's head to Singapore.
Our Formula One season continues here, in the Republic of Singapore. Singapore's Marina Bay is a floodlit extravaganza for the senses and a true test for F1 drivers. Cars are just inches away from the walls on this tight street circuit, and even at night, the air thrums with heat. The bumpy street surfaces here make this a challenging circuit for the drivers, and the humidity causes them to lose as much as 3 kilos over the course of a race. But it's also tough on the cars, with 23 corners to tackle each and every lap. Good low-speed downforce will make all the difference here. If Alpha Tauri fail to perform here, there might be some trouble afoot for the team's principal, coming from the board. Let's get on with the weekend.
Alright, let's get prepped. When am I going to play City Skylines? When they release City Skylines 2, so probably in the summer. unless they push it back again. Let's see. Let's start by taking out the parts. Oh no, I'm not going to get away with that engine tonight. I'll have to go with that one. Yeah, we can stick with that ERS and that gearbox. That's fine. We want 17 laps for Marina Bay for FP1. There we go. And let's put a setup on for Mick. Let's go with a 9, 15, a 6.4, a 2.7, and a 1. There we go. Right, on to Oscar. We are going to go with which engine tonight? I can't use that one in this session, so we'll probably save that for another weekend. ERS, that one's fine. Gearbox, got to stay with that one. Run plan, again 17 laps, drop the settings, and let's go with an 8, 15.5, an 8.2, a 2.7, and a 1. And see if either of those work. Mick is keeping up so far, although there is that little bit of disparity in engine parts. I don't think it's that big though. If anything, he's actually got slightly better powertrain at the moment. Ah, there we go. There's a bit of a pace difference between the two. It's a bit more what I was expecting to see.
Let us know your comments.
Alright, so 84%. Definitely room for improvement there. Let's see what is the case with Mick. Oh, we nailed it. Beautiful. Absolutely nailed it. City Skylines is out on the PC.
Understood.
It's not out on the console. It was supposed to come out in October, and then they pushed it back to Q1. And now they've pushed it back to the first half of 2024, which means it's probably going to be summer. And that's assuming they can get it to run well enough for it to pass Sony's certification process. So it may not even come out until the end of this year. It could be a full year delay for the console version. I'm going to go 6.5, 15.5, 9.1, 2.75, and a 0.9. And let's see if that works. What about Mick? Oh yeah, we nailed Mick, didn't we? I completely forgot we nailed it. There we go. Do I have a PS5 or 4? I've got both. But I haven't used my PS4 Pro in a long time. I use just the PS5 now. Schumacher's back on track. Let's wait for Oscar to finish those changes. And there he goes. Alright, there we go. Schumacher at 40% track knowledge. That's excellent stuff. We got closer with Oscar. Not quite there, but definitely getting within the right window. Could this be a 6? I don't think it could. I think I need to move the camber. Well, that's going to move my traction. Maybe it is that then, and then that. And then if I push that to there. Yeah, let's try that. Alright, so we're going to go with... I normally go a little bit less on this, but because we've got the rain coming in the next session, I want to try and get a little bit more running in now. So let's go with 28 laps. I would normally go with 25, maybe 24 laps. Just get those extra few laps in. evening, Mr. Water. Today's live chat, as you can see, is sponsored by Farah's Tech Talk. Any PC questions, ask him, because I haven't got a clue.
How does it feel?
Alright, we went the wrong way. So, I'm going to call him in early, make some changes, and then send him back out again. So I don't know what kind of weather we're going to get in the next session. So better to get the setup nailed now while we know it's going to be dry. Okay, so that was a 6. But that means that's gone the wrong way. So let's move that way, like that. Is that enough of a change? I don't think it is. I'm worried that might break the front wing, but we'll have to try it. We'll do that and see if that works. Yeah, my first PC was a 386 running Windows 3.11 many years ago. Definitely not really anywhere near as powerful as the one you're talking about there. That's back when games still came on 3.5-inch, hard disks or floppy disks. Hell, it's back in the days when you could still get 5.25-inch floppy disks. Jesus, those things were huge and held absolutely nothing by today's standards.
How was that, Rob?
I was still not there. Oh, this one is bugging me a little bit. I wonder what we broke by making those adjustments, because we probably broke something. Right, so we did break the front wing. Okay. That to me suggests that that needs to go back that way. I think we tried that, didn't we? No, we didn't. Alright, so we'll try that now then. Let's see if that works. You're fine, Farah. Right, let's see what the weather's going to do in this session. If it's not wet in this session, it's absolutely going to be wet during qualifying. It's going to rain a fair bit, actually, after about 15 minutes. Should hopefully get Oscar's feedback just about done by then.
Watch those curbs.
Copy.
More rain expected any time from now.
Oh, it's coming earlier than I thought. Yeah, definitely coming earlier. Alright, our weather centre is not the most reliable here, then, it would seem.
And rain falling now in the pit lane.
I was hoping I could get all this done before the rain hit, because I wanted to try and save the inters for qualifying and the race. I can't risk taking the risk. I'm going to have to call them in. I've got enough spare parts if Schumacher breaks his car, but I only have the one spare front wing for Oscar. Can't risk him breaking it before we get to quali. Or before we get to the race, ideally. Braking stability is just a bit too much. Just pull that back. Hopefully we're still okay. Everywhere else. Oh, I didn't put the inters on, did I? Just going to go full wets. Maybe? No, it's not actually. Yeah, inters is definitely the right call. Right, so it peaked at about 3.5. Just about dipped back into dry very, very briefly there. And now it's going to get a bit wetter again. You remember when I had 3,000 subs? I remember when I had less than that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how many I've got. I got, what, 16,000? I don't get 16,000 views on every video. You know. I haven't had videos in the 4 digits for a while. Now, I don't mind. Like I said, I don't do this to be a professional streamer or a professional content creator. I do this for fun. If people want to watch, awesome. If they don't, also not a problem. Call Mick in now. He's done. Oh, you picked up a few more then, have you, recently, Mr. Water? Didn't you just break 100 last week?
What do you think?
Finally hit 100%. Let's call him in. Surprisingly, Mick is actually quicker than Oscar today. Doesn't make much sense. Why? Alright, well, we are done with practice. It's time for quali, and it's going to be a wet one. Let's get ready to prep our cars and see what the weather's going to be like at the start of Q1.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
Executing the perfect qualifying lap around Singapore comes down to absolute precision. The circuit needs high downforce and a good suspension to maximize grip on the bumpy street surface.
Now, Karoon, you and I were actually just talking about that man there, Max Verstappen. How do you think he'll be feeling today?
They must be feeling good after their fast lap
Looks like
times
the Red Bull
in
garage
practice.
has sprung a leak.
Confidence can do great things for a driver, so I'm excited to see how they handle qualifying.
Buckle up then, folks. It's almost time for qualifying.
Oh, we're starting on the full wets. Okay. 83% engine going in. I'll stick with... We'll just make the switch now rather than later. We'll stick with that gearbox though, that will be fine. And for Oscar, same again, change the engine, change the ERS, and that gearbox will be fine. I'm going to go 2 flying laps. Let's see whether the weather's going to dip quickly or even get wetter. It's going to get a little bit wetter before it gets dry again.
Green light.
Making it nice and early, as we always do.
Prepare the lap. Yep. concentrate on the tyre warm-up as best we can.
Copy.
Pretty much the whole grid is out. We're just waiting on Giovinazzi, Hamilton, Leclerc and Alonso to leave the pits. And you watch them pop out right in front of me. I don't want to try slipstreaming with Schumacher behind because Dirty Air is going to be too much, I think, to overcome through all the twiddly bits. For the few straights that we'll actually get a decent benefit.
Track ahead.
But I might try it with Oscar.
We're good to push
And
next lap.
higher downforce, you might have a better chance. Still no movement. Oh, Russell's in the garage as well. So still waiting on Russell. No, wait. Now these guys are starting their flying laps. Yeah, still waiting for Leclerc, Hamilton, Giovinazzi and Alonso to peek their head out of the garage. Maybe they're waiting for the weather to dry up. I want to get the confidence level up before that happens. And Mick is quicker. Alright, up to the line. And Oscar is a bit quicker. Just a tenth. Quick cool down lap and then we'll go again. How far off are we with Oscar? Oh, yeah, we're way off. Norris is very quick. Maybe we're drying up the track a little bit for them, but yeah, we're over a second behind. That's not good. Well, maybe it was just tyres not warmed up properly on the outlap. They'll be warm now, and the confidence is there, so we should be into peak confidence with Oscar at the end of this run, hopefully with Mick as well. But at the moment, yeah, we're way off the pace. Distressingly far off the pace at the moment. How did it go with my friend? Yeah, it went really well. He's all set up now. Got the PS4 all configured, ready for his kids to take ownership of. Locked down his profile on that so that they can still, play the games, but can't buy anything with his card on the store. And then did the same with his PS5, got that all fully configured, locked his profile down for him, and
So track is clear.
helped him figure out a couple of useful setups for his access controller as well.
Clear track in front. Let's go for it.
Now here comes Leclerc and Hamilton. They're going to get in the way. Yeah, just a little bit. Bugger. Hamilton moved out of the way, but Leclerc might have held up Mick there at the beginning of the lap. There you can see just how far off the pace we are at the moment. What am I playing after F1 Manager? I don't know. I'm going to be... I've been working on my last 2 trophies on Frostpunk just before the weekend. I need to sit down and finish that first run off. And I've been recording the footage as well, so assuming I actually do complete the challenge on Survivor mode, I will be publishing that in like a 4 or 5 part series. And then I'll do the same with the Fall or Winter Home on Survivor. Again, assuming that I can actually get that one done. And then that'll be the platinum on that game, and I'll put that one away for a bit. I don't know what the next thing to go on the channel might be. I might do some War Hospital. Picked that up last night. And it's stressful. It has kind of the Frostpunk survival element to it, but obviously no snow. It's set in a World War I hospital just behind the front lines. You've got to manage the incoming wounded, prioritise which ones you can treat, which ones you can't save, and deny them treatment because you can't spare the supplies, and try and keep the hospital running and balance who that you've saved you send back to HQ, who you send back to the front lines to protect the hospital, and who you actually get to send home. It's it's a very bleak title, but I'm enjoying it so far. I've been playing it pretty much all day today, so trying to figure it out properly. It is tricky. It is tough. You're always running out of something. You know, be it supplies or food, or your staff are just on the brink of collapsing from exhaustion. It's tough going. City Skylines 2. I have no idea when it's going to come out on console. I say initially when they announced that it was supposed to come out in October, and they pushed it back to Q1, end of Q1 in 2024, and then shortly after that then became the first half of 2024, which means summer. A summer release, probably June, but I don't know. Given that the PC version is still really rough, unless you've got a really high spec machine, and even then, it's not ideal. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it gets delayed until the end of the year. So yeah, God knows when it's going to come out. But I'm not expecting it anytime soon. One other game I will be getting very soon, though. Prison Architect 2. Prison Architect 2 comes out in March. I had a lot of fun with the first one, and I will almost certainly be getting a copy of that and putting that on the channel when that comes out in March. Cold Riders 2 comes out in February. I don't know if I'll put that on the channel or not. We'll see. Alright, let's get some soft tyres prepped because it's going to dry up very, very quickly. And we want to change the run plan. Possibly. Gee, no, it's probably better to go with 2 laps just in case. Oh, you started Robocop now, have you? Yeah, Robocop's really good. I had a lot of fun with Robocop. I say I'm still waiting to waiting for the rumored New Game Plus patch to appear before I do my next run to get my platinum on that. But it's a really, really great advert for Unreal 5. and it's a surprisingly good game as well. I mean, it's the same studio that did Terminator Resistance, so I was a bit unsure because that game was average at best, by all accounts. I've not played it, but by all accounts it was pretty average on the PS4. The remastered version is apparently the enhanced edition is for the PS5. It's supposed to be a little bit better, but yeah, they certainly did a really good job with Robocop. And the entire playthrough of that is on the channel for those of you who want to see it. It's like a 4-part live stream. First episode's like 5.5 hours long. The others are a bit shorter. Right, track is starting to dry. Got out behind. Oh, actually, it's Bottas, so that's not too bad. If that was Giovinazzi in front of us, I would be
Okay, so let's concentrate
panicking a little bit.
Tyre prep now.
Understood.
Focus on preparing for the
Oh,
start
it drops
of the lap.
tomorrow. Ooh, nice.
Copy.
Well, I'll be able to confirm or deny that tomorrow. Now, I do have to play Ragnarok at some point soon as well. Yes, that is on my games to play list. And they have now dropped the Valhalla patch for the PS4 edition, I think. I think they've dropped a patch for the PS5's Valhalla as well. We are way too close to Valtteri, and now we're holding up Oscar, so we're going to have to take manual control. Get into a little bit of cleaner air. There we go.
Pick up the pace.
Copy.
Okay, push. Let's go.
Copy.
No saving required.
Copy.
Probably going to play the first God of War before I play Valhalla, though, because I never played. I played it on the Pro, so 30 frames per second and sounding like a jet engine was taking off. Runs smoother on the PS5. I think it runs in 60 frames per second, doesn't it, on the PS5? So I might play the original again before playing Valhalla, just to refresh myself on the story and experience the PS5-ish, you know, the PS4.5 version of
Just stopped in the pit
the
lane.
original God of War.
Copy.
It's not a true PS5 version. Oh, is that your reliable source there? Mr. Water, Google, where is your reliable source? Oscar is purple right now in the middle. But we are some of the first to set a flying lap on softs, I think. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
Let's go recharge on, please, recharge on.
Yeah.
How much fuel is it? It's 1.7 kilos per lap. We've got plenty of spare fuel. We'll burn a bit more off.
Charge is good.
And again, we are slow compared to the rest of the grid here. Wow, it's a blisteringly quick time from Yuki, half a second quicker than George Russell and Sergio Perez. Wow, that's some serious pace. McLaren have come to play today. Knackers. He's letting him through anyway. Oh, damn it, I just screwed over Mick.
Push.
Alright, I'm going to put him on a cool down lap again. And then I'm going to sprint him on his in lap. And I'll remember to cancel his in lap this time. Just about have enough time to get across the line. Go again, because he is dangerously low down the order here. We're a long way off the front runners. Why are we so slow today? Has the whole field brought new engines or something? Or are they all snuck in upgrades after we figured out what everyone was doing today? Let's see how much Oscar can improve by.
Let's pick our pace up. Let's go.
Copy.
Up to 6. Big improvement. Mick's just got enough fuel to make it across the line.
Back off now.
Yeah, copy.
And that is the checker flag.
Big lift now.
Yeah.
Leclerc in trouble. Leclerc no longer in trouble. But Norris is out. Magnussen's out. Both the Williams are out again. That works in our favour. It's just Schumacher and Hamilton. And Hamilton's on an in lap, so it's just Schumacher on a flying lap right now. He is up. I have no idea how much he's up. See, we are 1.5 tenths behind Valtteri Bottas here.
Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre.
And there we go. Mick is through in 3rd. Mick is quick compared to Oscar. Well, he's just extra grip on the track when he did his lap. But yeah, we got both cars through. So we are saying goodbye to Bottas, Norris, Magnussen, Zhou and Albon. We're back to full wets again. Alright, let's go back to the same tyres we used in the first session. We want to save a couple of new sets if we can, because it's probably going to be full wet weather in the race. And once again, we're going to throw in 2 laps of fuel. but we are going to get rid of the cooldown lap this time. Let's see what the weather's going to do now. Again, it's going to start wet and just get wetter.
It's green light.
A little bit of a gap between our cars, so they won't hold each other up. We've just about snuck out of everybody in front of everyone else as well. Ocon and Hamilton there, also sneaking out.
Copy.
And here comes everybody else.
Set some lap times.
Yeah, copy.
Alonso made it through into the top 10 in Q1, second race in a row, so it looks like he's broken his quali curse that saw him go out in Q1 3 times in a row. And now the whole field is out. Oh yeah, look at Oscar's tyres, they are not warming up. That's why he was slower, you know, because he is the lead car. Mick's behind him, so his tyres should be colder. Mick's tyres are up to temperature already, Oscar's aren't. Not yet. Now they're just about coming in.
Good to push. Clear track ahead. And be recharge off before the last corner.
What's my favourite game? I don't really have a favourite. When I find a game I enjoy, I tend to play, play it to death. And then put it down for a long time and don't go back to it for a long time. But I'm a huge fan of Alien Isolation. That's a game that is just timeless. You know, that game's 10 years old almost, and it still looks fantastic. You know, it still has a good control system by modern standards. It oozes atmosphere and authenticity for the Alien universe. I love that game, but really enjoy this. I really enjoyed the Jedi games, but more for the story than the game itself. Huge fan of Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear Solid. That was a phenomenal game. There's too many games I've enjoyed over a very, very long gaming lifetime. To pin down just an absolute favourite. Right, 139.0 for Oscar against a much slower lap from Mick. Oscar pulled out a blinder. We're going again, straight away, no cooldown lap. And this time Oscar's first lap is actually competitive. Wow, where did that come from? Oh, Giovinazzi's tucked right up on the back of Stroll, I think. No wonder. Oh, and now we're starting to drop down the order a bit. Oscar's improved in the middle. Mick is up everywhere so far. Here comes Oscar across the line. And he improves to 8th ahead of Stroll. What can Mick do?
And we need to cool the PU on this in lap. Copy.
He finds about 8/10 of a second, but he's still outside the top 10.
Last lap.
Track is going to dry up a bit. We're going to go on to inters, I think. It's going to be just a little bit too wet for slicks, I think. Everybody on an in lap now. My gaming tastes have changed as I've aged as well. You know, I used to be into, you know, the competitive multiplayer games when I was younger. Not anymore. I'm all about the co-op now. I used to be really into my sports games as well. I used to play FIFA or, well, I used to play Pro Evo on the PS2. You know, religiously loved it. It was a fantastic game. But I kind of fell out of love with football games. I used to love wrestling games. But, you know, kind of fell out of love with those. Don't play them anymore. And I say I don't really play the first-person shooters much anymore either. What is Valheim? I know you've talked about it, you know, becoming an obsession of yours recently. What actually is Valheim? Oh, I figured it was a PC title rather than a console title, but I still would like to know what the game actually is. You know, what its theme is, you know, what type of game it is. Alright, about to get a little dip in the weather here, and I don't know whether or not to go out on the inters or risk going on the softs. Keep an eye on what everyone else is going out on. Ones who are going out right now are going out on inters. It's a little early for that. Track will only be just coming into inters as they start their flying lap, by the look of it. Here comes Max. Also on inters, also a little bit early. Unless these guys are planning on doing 2 laps, maybe. Giovinazzi's coming out now. We can't wait too much longer if we want to do 2 laps, and we're going to need to do 2 laps if we want to have any chance of getting through. Got to go for it.
Start to work on the front tyres and brakes this lap. Copy. Okay, let's concentrate on that warm-up. Copy.
A survival sandbox. There is a new survival game coming out actually from I forget who's doing it. I remember seeing it at the big PlayStation showcase last year, and it's kind of it made me immediately feel like Subnautica but on dry land. You know, I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. I need to put it on my wish list if I haven't done already. I think I might put it on the wish list. I know it's due out sometime this year, I'm just not sure when. I tried the forest, I didn't really get on with it. I'm not too concerned about tyre warm-up, Baron, because we're doing 2 laps rather than just the one.
So nobody ahead of you.
So we'll improve on the first lap and then hopefully we'll go even quicker on the second lap, and that should hopefully be enough to get us through. Just waiting on Ocon to come out. And there he is. Coming out on Inters. We're going to get traffic in the first corner. Now we get out clear of Ocon. Forever Skies, that might be the game. That might be the one I was talking about. Oh, come on! Jesus Christ, Sainz! What the hell was that? Glad we're doing 2 laps. My God. Right, Oscar goes fastest. Nick will not be close enough. Yeah, a long way off because of Sainz just trying to destroy him there. On the run down to the Singapore Sling, or what used to be the Singapore Sling. Do not miss that chicane at all. It's one of the worst corners ever invented on a Formula 1 track. The number of cars it launched into the wall. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's on this run here. Instead of just being a single left-hand turn, that used to be a chicane. A quick sort of left, right, left, you know, leading into this little bit here. It was ridiculous. It was called the Singapore Sling, and it destroyed cars. I'm sure you can find some footage on YouTube. Yuki has gone quickest. Now Russell has gone quickest, but we are still in that top 10. And everyone else is on an in-lap, so Oscar is through. It's now a question of whether we can get Mick through. He's behind Giovinazzi at the moment, but only by 57 thousandths of a second, and he's up in both the first and second sectors.
Currently P1.
Oscar now goes top, only to be immediately beaten by Perez.
Yep, copy.
Schumacher goes up to 5th.
P5 at the moment.
There we go, and that's knocked out Charles Leclerc.
Brilliant, that. Good job.
And Leclerc is out.
Okay, so normal in lap.
Wow, Leclerc is out. Sainz is also out. Good. To that ridiculous bit of driving he did earlier. He deserves to be out. What about Ocon? Will Ocon get through? He does, which means Alonso is out as well. So Alonso, Sainz and Leclerc all out in Q2. And Max just sneaking through. Alright then, Q3. Starting on the Inters. We are going to go to the used set. Going to put in 2 laps without a cooldown. Oh, nice. We got both drivers nailed, didn't we? Let's get rid of the cooldown. 2 laps. Use Inters. There we go. And let's see what the weather's going to do in this session. It's going to get a little bit drier towards the end. We're going to go immediately now for 2 laps, and then we'll do 1 lap, or maybe 2 if we've got time, on a brand new set of Inters at the end. When it gets a little bit dry, it might. Possibly, I think it'll be just a little bit too wet for slicks again.
Maximum tyre and brake warming. Yeah.
At least we don't have to worry about Sainz just driving in front of us. Because he's out. Once again, the whole field is on track straight away. There's going to be some interesting potential slipstreams or hold-ups for some cars.
Track clear, track clear. Gonna push next lap.
Porsche made it through, and he's tucked up behind one of the Ferraris, so he could get a really decent time in here. Although, the track is going to dry up a bit, so it won't be good enough. We'll need to improve again. But, yeah, fair play to Teo Porcher. There he is. He got through in 8th place as well. I'm right on board with Teo, actually. See how well he can stick to the back of that Ferrari. I think he's still the only driver yet to score points. Might be in contention today. He might just be lucky to have caught the weather at the right time, and he might drop down the order a bit as the race goes on, but who knows? That's part of the magic of wet races. You can never quite truly predict where the pace is going to be. And a pit stop at just the right time can bring you back into contention, or jump you way up the field into a very strong position. And likewise, a pit stop at the wrong position can drop you way out of contention when the weather changes. So pretty close between our two on the first run. Just a tenth between them. And still pretty close to Yuki's time as well. We're doing another lap. Track's going to dry up about the time we get back to the pits. Porsche wasn't really able to stay on the back of the Ferrari. Let's see where he finishes though. Ah, yeah, a long way off. So Porsche's probably a lock for 10th. Hamilton is 9th at the moment. We are 6th and 8th, but we are running again. I have no idea if we're running out of battery or not, because we're leaving it to the drivers. So we don't get to see that, unfortunately, unless we take manual control. And I'm not going to do that. I'll just leave them to it. Neither driver's improving, though. Just pushing these tyres a little bit too much.
Currently, your P8.
Well, we've got Schumacher into peak confidence, just
like
about.
lap.
He might dip down.
Okay, good job.
Oscar
Box now.
also just in peak confidence, but he will be out of that by the time he gets back to the pits. I don't know if we've got time for 2 flying laps on new tyres. Maybe, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
We might just squeeze them in. I think I'll have to take manual control. I'm going to do that now just to get them back to the pits a little bit quicker. And then we'll do manual control on the on their out lap. And what I'll try and do is just hold a little bit of battery back on their first run. So, you know, he goes to full deploy towards the end of that first lap and then straight into the second lap. I'll have full battery, or enough battery to do a full push for the whole lap. And hopefully that'll be enough to propel us up into the top part of the standings. I need to send him out pretty much straight away.
Copy, pit.
Looks very slippery.
Copy. Oscar, pit lane.
Yuki's going out now.
Box, slippy, caution.
That's probably only for
Copy.
just 1 lap. Come on, hurry up, guys. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Hurry. You say it's going to be 2 minutes for an out lap. It's going to be really close. Really close. We're stuck in the traffic. That's alright though, we're going to take manual control.
So let's just concentrate on.
Let's get Oscar through first.
Copy. To start to work on your front tyres and brake temps.
Yeah.
Lean on the tyres.
Copy.
You've got energy.
Yep. No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Copy.
So everyone's going to dive out the way.
we can push a bit more.
Copy. Let's push, come on.
Copy.
Okay, mate, no more lift and coast needed.
Copy.
We've actually not managed to catch up to Hamilton or Verstappen. That's okay. Just holding that battery back a bit so we can go even quicker on the next lap. You can see Oscar's tyres still cold. Now they're warmed up. But both of our cars running nicely in the clean air. Not expecting any purples because we're not using the battery. Not on this lap. Not until the end of this lap. So Yuki goes top. The 1339.
Use energy.
Yep, copy.
And now we really go for it. Max goes top with a 133.4. This could be bad. Out of the way, Stroll. Oh no, it's not Stroll, that's Hamilton. I think it was Hamilton. Yeah, it is Hamilton because Sainz is out. Oh, where's Schumacher going to catch him?
This will be checkered flag.
Not ideal, but could have been worse. His confidence is full, as is Mick's. Need a good final sector here. Only 7th. Only 10th. Ah, what happened?
Good job, well done. Thanks for all the effort.
Ah, man. Maybe Schumacher lost a little bit of time with Hamilton there, but it's disappointing. I thought we could do a little bit better than that. But both cars are in the top 10, so that's good. Better than I thought we'd do today. Max on pole from Perez, then Russell. Yuki in 4th. Stroll 5th. Ocon 6th. Oscar 7th. Hamilton 8th. Porsche 9th. Ahead of Mick Schumacher.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
The walls around Singapore force the cars close together, and even the best can waver in the tight spaces. Back in 2011, we saw Lewis Hamilton clip Felipe Massa as the two battled it out. There were certainly some words exchanged after that one, as I'm sure you recall.
As we look ahead to the race, Karun, how do you think the morale is over in the Alpha Tauri garage?
I've got to be honest, something doesn't quite feel right from the team. The standards in F1 are so high at the moment, and they're not quite being met here. Hopefully they can turn their form around soon.
We should see some fascinating strategies applied today here at the Singapore Grand Prix.
Alright, looks like we're starting in the dry then. Let's have a look when it's going to start raining. Quite early on, so we're going to start on the softs. And then we're going to switch to inters. And then possibly switching to the full wets as well. Don't know. And then we'll be finishing potentially on the softs at the end. So we want to look maybe somewhere around about that 50. We may get a little period with full wets. I don't know. Might not quite be wet enough. And, you know, these predictions might be inaccurate as well because our weather centre, not the best. So let's plan roughly for lap 17 and lap 50. And then we can adjust on the fly if we need to. Let's get rid of that. And get rid of that. Let's start Oscar on the softs as well. There we go. And we are not going to put any extra fuel in the car because we've got a long period of wet running. So we will gain back fuel quite quickly through the rest of the race. We are going to go super hard off the line. See if we can jump a place or two. 7th and 10th. Let's see where we can end up. Off to the grid.
Final checks are being carried out on the grid, and it won't be long until we get underway. Mick Schumacher, a composed figure, approaching this one.
Starting P10 puts them in the right place to get some points, but there's still a lot to do.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. We're just moments away from the Singapore Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, is everyone on soft? Yes, as expected. Schumacher jumped by Alonso, but we've got the inside line. And Hamilton having a look. No, not Hamilton, sorry. Yeah, Hamilton was having a look at Piastri. Managed to hold him off.
Can do.
Copy.
Now we're coming under pressure from Charles Leclerc. A little late putting him into aggressive. Don't know how effective we're going to be here in the dry. I want to try and save some battery, but at the same time I want to keep the pushing going. You see, we've broken away from Hamilton, but that means Hamilton's probably not deploying at the moment and will do very, very soon. He'll come thundering back at us. Ocon is dropping off. Is he playing possum with his battery?
Need to focus on getting the pack up. Copy.
Keep the tyre push going.
Recharge on, please recharge on.
Copy.
Alonso has dipped a little bit as well. Porsche all over the back of Hamilton right now. Trying to find a way to get through. I don't think he's going to have the pace to do it. Expecting Hamilton to just turn it on again in a moment.
Okay, DRS enabled. P11. Lando in front. Came out behind us. Overtake is available.
Copy.
Can we catch out Alonso here? He's just out of DRS range at the moment. Got a run up the inside. Can we complete the move? Still just about keeping our car alongside him.
Use everything.
Oscar just dropped out there, and Stroll suddenly decided to start pushing. There we go, Schumacher is through.
Recharge back on, please. Recharge on.
Just going to drop the tyres down a little bit.
Think about looking after this tyre when we need to.
And Ocon has pushed so far that he's already got past Stroll, although Stroll is now on the inside and fighting him off. And Porsche has got past Hamilton and is now lining us up for a move. Is this Porsche, coming of age? Him getting some points tonight. Hamilton up next for Mick. Alonso and Leclerc scrapping away behind us. We're closing the gap back down to Ocon, but we're burning up our battery to do it.
They'll come to us.
Have I done enough to get in the DRS? I don't know. It's going to be tight. Just, but I'm out of battery now.
No energy.
Which means I'm going to get dropped again by the end of the lap. Schumacher is just out of range of Hamilton and now under pressure and passed by Alonso. It's about to happen. There we go, I can't get back in range, so I'm not going to try and fight too hard. I'm going to try and stay in position enough so that when the rain comes, we can try and take advantage of that. I'm hopeful that we've got enough talent and pace in the car to keep Porsche behind without having to push. And hopefully we can stay close to Alonso. He's out of DRS still, so we might retake the position here. Pushing the tyres. Leclerc is side by side trying to muscle his way through. It's going to be hard keeping that Red Bull behind. That's pretty much impossible. Alright, what's that done to his confidence? Still high, still very high. He got it to peak nice and early. Oscar might be just starting to close the gap back down to Stroll and Ocon again. It's tricky. It's one of those situations where you can close up in the slow stuff, and then as soon as the DRS kicks in, you start to drop back again. It undoes all that work that you've done. Hamilton dropping down now. He's down to 11th. So Alonso and Leclerc have nailed him pretty quickly. Giovinazzi is holding up Sainz behind, so that keeps a bit more pressure off Mick. How are we doing tyre-wise? About the same as everybody else, so that's not too bad. Still out of range. Still frustrating KO. Although he might have a lunge. Nope, he thought better of it. And this is now starting to slow us down because we are defending so much. And falling back into the clutches of Alonso, Leclerc and Hamilton and Schumacher. See if we can get the move done on Hamilton here. There's a battery, but we've got the move done. Are we close enough to stay in the DRS of Alonso? I don't know.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
It's going to be tight. I think he's just going to miss it. He's just missed it. So that's going to leave us vulnerable to being repassed by Hamilton now. Leclerc has punched his way past Alonso and is now side by side with Porsche. So here comes Leclerc. He's on a tear right now. That will hold him back. Yeah, he's already passed us before we can get round the corner, look. As long as that doesn't create an opening for Teo, I'm okay with that. There we go, we're through.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Alright, take it easy, Janine. Thanks for stopping in tonight. We've already been dropped by Charles Leclerc, no surprise there. Schumacher is having to fight off Hamilton, which is slowing him down. I'm going to try...
We need to focus on the energy now.
Backing these two up a little bit, give Mick a chance to try and close the gap. This is a risk, but I'm hopeful again that we've got enough of a skill advantage over Teo to keep him behind us. And while he's jinking left and right, he's also frustrating Alonso. You see Hamilton behind Schumacher.
Save fuel. Copy.
Just about covering off Teo there. Tried to muscle his way up the inside at the last moment. Well, he's got a run on us here, so we'll go back into top up.
We can just focus on charging the pack. Copy.
He gave him an opening. He's side by side. He's going to get the DRS on us as well, so that hasn't worked out in our favour. But we'll be able to retake the position, I hope, on the main straight, as long as not the main straight, sorry, the first DRS zone. But of course now Alonso's jumped us as well, and that's just made everything a lot tougher. Tried to be clever, it didn't work. Let's see if Alonso can finally get past Teo. And the answer is yes. Is falling further and further behind. Can't help you on that, Mick, unfortunately. Need to focus on Oscar now. So Mick's defensive driving has got him all the way up into peak confidence, getting those little boosts every time he shuts down Lewis. Teo having a look. Can't complete the move, but he's going to get the DRS, and he might still be able to stay side by side. Now he's tucked in behind. Alonso's definitely pushing.
Energy if you need it.
Yeah, just got dropped. Wasn't quick enough with the turning that on. I know we just crept in, right, but we have to use this battery to stay in range because Alonso's stretching the pace at the front. Still, Schumacher is holding up Hamilton and everybody behind now. Even the Williams are almost in the train, look. Wow, it's a real change of fortunes, isn't it, for Williams? They were so quick just a few races ago. Now they're nowhere. I think they've just stopped development completely and just focused entirely on next year.
Focus on bringing
Pretty much what we've done now as well.
Copy.
Right, rain's coming even earlier. 5 minutes by the look of it. So we are going to start to push the tyres a bit more.
Yeah.
We actually have got a little bit of extra tyre life over the guys in front of us. The game is much harder than last year's. Yes, it is. It definitely is. Again, pace is picking up again at the front. Porsche again trying to get past Alonso. Be able to make it stick. But he's still in the points. Like I said, this could be his coming of age race. He's the last driver still on 0 points. Everyone else has scored at least one.
Still coming.
And they're just gone. They just dropped me like a hot potato, look. It's not like we're not pushing. I used a full battery to get right close to them and then turn the tyres up, and they've just pulled a second on me. The 2.5 mil for an ERS, it's a mil for a gearbox, it's 5 mil for an engine. So yeah, it's very pricey when your cars keep hitting the wall. Lewis might finally get through. He has. Let's fight him.
Overtake is available.
Keep frustrating him here and keep Schumacher's confidence as high as we possibly can as well. There we go. Still in peak. Can't quite get through. He's going to get the DRS. We've got the launch out of the corner. We got him. We got the move complete. There we go. Held him off. Back into top up now to protect what little is left in the battery. Schumacher's going to come under pressure from Hamilton again here at the end of the lap. We are 2 seconds off the back now. Pace is just gone. Going to get damp in a minute, so looks like we're boxing this lap.
Let's get him. Side ready.
Understood, mate.
Box, box. Box. Box now for Newington. Box, 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 box. Let's go for inters. Recharge on.
Just try and open that gap up between our drivers a little bit more, so we can try and avoid them getting held, Mick getting held up. Plus, we can also hold up all the cars behind him as well. Gap's about 4 seconds. Needs to be just a touch more than that to be comfortable, but 4 seconds isn't bad. There we go, just over 4 seconds. Everyone's diving in, look. And this has worked out really nicely in terms of holding up the pack behind. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah,
all right, so this is where it's going to get a little bit chaotic. Oh, excellent stop. 2.2 seconds.
Clear on exit.
For both, 2.28 for both. Wow, look at that, just 0.02 of a second between the two. That's worked out really nicely for Oscar. He's in 7th place again. And Mick's up into 10th place again. That's worked out beautifully.
Let's go recharge on, please.
Now, what exactly happened there, Karun?
Alex Albon had come in to stop.
Oh, what a bad stop for Albon. Holds up Zhou, who was right behind as well. Disaster for Williams. Can you ask the ball for more money? No, you can't. And there we go, we're on the right tyre at the right time. And we've gained positions with both drivers. Beautiful stuff. We've even got a couple of seconds over Hamilton now as well. So we're back in front of Porsche and Alonso. Alonso definitely lost out big time there. Must have been held up behind Stroll. Porsche's going to go hell for leather trying to get past us here. So who are the big losers? Yuki is possibly one of the big losers here. Sainz has dropped down a little bit. Let's wait till everyone's crossed the line, then we'll take a look at the lap history and see where drivers were. and where they are now. It's worked out beautifully for Charles Leclerc. He's up in 4th place now. It really has worked out for him. And are we looking at drying out earlier? Yes, we are. Around lap 50. Oh no, we're already planning for around lap 50. And Giovanazzi's got past Hamilton. Wow, did not see that one coming. Giovanazzi going very aggressive right now. He's closing in on Mick. Well, I'm going to use Mick's battery while he's got it. And use Oscar's as well. Not much. Yeah, you can't ask the board for more money, but you can get a better bonus depending on what your current, confidence level is. If it's high, you'll get 1.5 mil. If it's medium, you'll get 750k. If it's low, you'll get nothing. And if it's below that, you'll get fired. Giovanazzi is absolutely pushing like crazy, trying to find a way through here.
Recharge on, please recharge on.
I mean, Jesus has come alive. He's trying to walk on water again. Which, considering it's only 1.7 millimeters, isn't that hard, I suppose. But he is dancing the car around, look. Guessing he's about to run out of battery and he's going to start dropping back a little bit soon. I'm hoping that's going to be the case, because I'd like to start breaking away from him, if at all possible.
No more DRS.
Hamilton is coming under pressure from Gasly. Max and George are breaking away at the front, scrapping amongst themselves. Take a look at pace. Also turned it up a bit on the last lap. Trying to hunt down me and Porsche. And yeah, look at that, a 137.0 for Max. Trying to break away from George. Porsche is really feeling it tonight. He's all over the back of Oscar. He's going to get Oscar. He's going to try. He's still having a go. He's got in front. Fair play, Teo. Welcome to the points. the new parts that we've got on are going to make much of a difference here tonight, but they will definitely make a bit of a difference at Suzuka. Just a question of whether or not anyone else is going to bring upgrades for Suzuka as well. I knew what was going on with that spike, whether that's going to push it over 4 mil or not. Gasly's passed Hamilton as well, so Hamilton down to 13th now. He's not having a good race here. I think, given that our tyres are starting to overheat, it's time for us to get back in front of Teo.
Use energy now. Yep. Do everything you can, mate.
Tried to dive bomb him, couldn't quite get it done. Keep the pressure on, we'll try it on the next long
Bring
straight.
Copy.
That'll kill my battery. I do need to get in front of him now. You can see how much fuel we've saved just since the rain started coming down. We've saved a kilo of fuel. Just about.
Got energy? Copy.
No lift and coast required.
This is quick. In a straight line. And now we're out of battery. Nuts. Alright, let's cool the tyres down. Let's start putting some battery in the car.
Copy.
Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre.
Copy.
Yeah, that Haas has got some pretty nice straight line speed. I'm going to come under pressure from Alonso now. He's just going to breeze past us if we're not careful.
We need to focus on the energy now. Copy. Push more. Copy.
Yeah, just don't have quite enough. To be fair, this is where I was kind of hoping we would be in this race. I didn't think we would be quite able to hang on to both cars on the points. So for us to still be 9th and 10th, I'm relatively happy with that. But Oscar's taking a little bit of a beating here. Just give him some clean air, cool the tyres, get some battery back in the car. Mick's doing a bang-up job in 10th at the moment. Giovanassi's got pace here tonight as well. Maybe just for whatever reason, those cars are really well suited for this circuit. Do a little bit of detective work. So Giovinazzi is running a new engine this weekend. Porsche is not. Porsche's engine will be dipping slightly, but our engines are still in the 80% window, so they're still good. They're still at full power. They won't start dipping until they hit 65%. So yeah, we just don't have pace. Well, we're charging and we've got the tyres down a bit. We're already 2 seconds off the back of Porsche, and Alonso got past him and has dropped him as well. I always knew Alonso was going to cut his way through the field. So I did not expect Porsche to be as quick as he's been tonight. So that might have been a little bit of a fluke, thanks to qualifying, but he's holding his own.
Comfortable to push. Yeah, covered.
Oh, Oscar's pace again.
The pack back up. Yep, covered.
See if we can start to close down Porsche, who did a 139.0. We did a 140, but this lap will be on normal tyres and just top up, so we should be at least half a second quicker. I would say about 0.8 of a second quicker this lap, if not more. Nice to get that confidence back up again. Mix is still good. It's still saying damp. I think it's going to be right on the edge of full wet territory, but not quite popping in there by the look of it at the moment. Anyway, it could change. Perez on a hot lap at the moment, 1:37.2. This will be a telling lap. See what the times are across the line. Alonso 1:38.3, Porsche 1:39.3, Oscar 1:39.3. So we're matching Porsche's pace, but we're not gaining on him. Schumacher 1:39.5, which is a couple of tenths slower because he's not got the new underfloor or the new front wing. Tyre wear is about the same as everyone else. Gio having another little look. We're pulling away as well from Gasly and Hamilton and Tsunoda. Tsunoda's still stuck down in 14th. I've got to imagine he's got more pace than he can actually utilise here. Looking very quick in practice. So let's see where everyone was around the pit stops. So let's have a look. Lap history for Russell. So he stayed about, oh no, it's Mick. So Russell stayed about where he was. Perez stayed where he was. Yuki was running in 4th and 3rd, and then 4th when he boxed, and he came out in 14th and has not moved up. So Yuki lost out really badly in the pits. Norris lost a few places as well. Max stayed in the lead. Charles Leclerc had a really good run through the pits. He was in 12th, fought his way up to 6th, boxed in 5th, came out in 4th. Sainz maybe gained a place. Hamilton stayed where he was. Ocon dropped a place. No, stayed where he was. Gasly actually gained a couple of places in the pits. He gained 2. Albon stayed where he was, gained 1 on his outlap. And don't forget, he had a really bad stop as well. Zhou stayed last. No chance to gain anything there. 17th and no movement for Magnussen. Porsche gained a place at the pits. Bottas gained 2. Giovinazzi gained a place. Stroll gained 2 places. Alonso lost out a position. And then our drivers, Schumacher gained a place and Oscar gained 3 places. And the track is drying up right before it starts to get a bit wetter. It's still saying damp, it's still saying inters, so I don't want to over push these tyres because they might have to go all the way to lap 50. Porsche is now 5 seconds off the back of Alonso and we are still not really closing the gap on him. Battery's full. Let's start using some of it.
Use energy. Copy.
We'll give a little bit of extra tyre in the process. Let's give Mick a little bit of a push as well. So it looks like some of the cars behind are starting to close in again. Let's try and keep them at arm's length. Because if Giovinazzi does sneak his way through, the last thing I want to do is then get immediately jumped by everyone behind him. Yuki now up to 13th. He's got past Hamilton. If he gets past Gasly, he is going to start to cruise up off the back of us. Stretch our legs a little bit while we can. We can get Oscar back into touching distance of Teo. In fact, if we can get past him, that'd be nice. Give Oscar that little extra confidence. Schumacher's is starting to bleed away now. And Gasly has pushed onto the back of Giovinazzi, look. There he is. Yuki's coming too.
Get it.
See if we can actually complete the move this time. We're going to run out of battery on the exit again.
No more energy. Copy, box.
Porsche fights us off on the straight because we didn't have the energy. So we'll keep pushing like this and hopefully we can complete the move.
Lovely stuff.
Around turn 3.
You're doing a good job.
Oh, we got it done before turn 1. I'll take that.
Need to focus on getting the pack up. Copy. Back off. Copy.
Gasly has got past Giovinazzi. I need Giovinazzi to hold up Tsunoda for as long as possible. And we are back in position to start frustrating Teo again. It is going to go full wets. Interesting.
Push on. Copy.
And if it's going to go full wets, it's going to stay full wets long enough to make sense switching compounds. So let's really hammer these tyres now. Is going to blink. And they're going to stay on the enters. Again, I'm trusting our weather station, which is not accurate. Well, not that accurate. We know it's not because we saw how off it was at times in quali. Trusting that heavier rain is still coming, again, and it is going to go full wets in 4 minutes. Probably go one more flying lap like this. It'll also give me the chance to see if anyone else is going to react. Piastri's already back within a second of us. Piastri's tyres are cooking. 102 degrees. Schumacher's aren't too far away. No one else has blinked yet. There's a whole host of cars coming here. None of them are boxed. It's still saying it's going to be very wet. It's still getting more and more water. I'm going to go for it.
Box this lap.
Copy. Box.
Box this lap. Box.
See, the leaders are coming up to the pits. Let's see what they do.
Copy. Box.
Off, go pit lane. Box, repeat. Yep, copy.
Good entry.
Come in, nice and steady.
Okay.
exit.
How you doing, Jig? Good to see you. Let's see if we can undercut anyone here. Nobody else boxed. That might change. They're still stayed out, actually. The leader's gone through again. Verstappen and Russell. Perez and Leclerc have gone through. Here comes Stroll. Doesn't box. None of the front runners are boxing. What about Porsche? No, everyone's staying on inters. Let's keep an eye on lap times. We're still stuck at the moment behind Albon. And the track is still getting wetter.
Use energy. Yep, copy. We need to cool the engine. Yep. So use the free air. Yep.
Come on. Commit to the overtake. You've got the right tyres. You've got brand new tyres.
Okay, mate, and let's cool the car.
Copy.
Ah, this is frustrating. Come on. There we go. Finally. We're through. Let's kick on.
Bring the pack up. Yep.
Recharge on.
Oh, come on, Mick. How are we not tearing up past these inter-runners here? There we go. We should have so much more grip into and out of the corners. And there we go. A 142. And that was with a big chunk of that lap being held up behind Albon as well. We need more of this, though. A lot more of this. We've only got another 8 minutes of this weather.
Use energy. Yep.
There you go. Punch your way down the inside.
And we need some big PU cooling.
Track is still getting wetter. We should be absolutely steamrolling our way through now.
We can just focus on charging a pack.
Right, we should be able to dive bomb Magnussen up the inside here. There we go, much better on the brakes in these conditions. Can we even get sights? No.
Energy is available.
Look how much more confidence we have into the braking zones because we've got the right compound of tyre. Schumacher now through past Albon. Bottas up next. Straight past Bottas. Now we're cooking on gas.
We need to focus on the energy now. Lovely stuff. Good work.
Overtaking is available. Call the car. Okay, so let's cool the car now. Okay, recharge on.
Gonna get Hamilton here. Excellent stuff. Schumacher all over the back of Sainz.
Sweet. Good job. Currently you're P12.
This is more like it.
Let's go recharge on.
Won't even be close into the braking zone. Stuck behind Yuki and Gio.
Use energy.
There goes Yuki.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Schumacher's right behind. Oscar's really struggling to make his way through. And we need to really kick on before the track starts drying up again. Take advantage of the extra pace that we've got.
Big PU cooling.
There we go. So Oscar is now into clean air and about to go after Gasly. He should catch him really quickly. This will be a lunge under braking. Steamrollering through. Beautiful stuff. There we go.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
We've taken 2.5 seconds out of Gasly since the start of the lap. Schumacher's already 2.5 seconds ahead of Gio. This is where this decision has paid off, but we have to make the most of it while we still can.
take some free air.
Another dive bomb. Easy. Track's still wet, but it's going to start drying up very soon. Big lunge, big lunge. There we go.
Recharge on, please.
We've already caught and passed Porsche. I didn't even see that.
Let's see what happened there. Here we are down at turn 7. The
Yeah, it's just
opportunity
going to be a
begging to be
huge
taken.
improvement in braking. There we go. Now the track's drying. Don't think I can tough it out on these tyres until the track dries up enough for slicks though. So we are probably going to have to box again.
Okay, need some more lift and coast, please. A bit more in each zone.
Big lift now.
Schumacher's got through. Really drying up quickly
Let's
now.
take a look at the replay. Right, let's pick this up as we go into turn 14. The opportunity's there.
So much more confidence on the brakes with these full wets.
Safe fuel, safe fuel.
Look how quickly we've caught back up to Alonso.
Energy. No saving required.
Ah, contact.
You okay?
Oh, okay.
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Now I'm just looking here, possibly Ocon's part of that.
I could feel that coming as soon as I
Right, here's the action at
saw
turn 10.
the cars
Barely any
getting
room to
very
manoeuvre.
close on the inside of
And
that
the
corner.
contact between the cars.
Knackers, what's that done to Oscar? Could have been worse.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Now we're into inters. No penalties given, of course not. Why would there be penalties?
And box, box.
Copy. Box is up.
Tyre to inter. Tyre to inter.
Alright, we're going to have to do this all over again, but we've got a nice chunk of time carved out. And we'll now have brand new inters. Another excellent stop. So we can push these inters full push. all the way through. We've got the fastest 2 pit stops of the day, I think.
Box, box. Copy, box. Box, box for Inter. Bring the pack up.
Copy. Oscar pit now.
Box slippy, caution.
Copy.
Alright, tyres are at temperature. Let's see if we can start making some moves. It's going to be a slow stop for Oscar because we're changing that wing. If we'd been able to cut through that traffic earlier at the start of this period when we were on the wets, we could have been so much further up the road by now. 8.3, so that translates to about a 2.3 second stop. It's not too bad, but it has put Oscar at the back. However, we know we've got pace over the cars right in front of us. Brand new tyres, and this will get Oscar back into peak confidence again when he starts making overtakes. And a little worryingly, we are not closing on the cars in front at the moment. Helmet stuff to make some moves.
Recharge on. Overtake is available. Okay, and let's cool the car. Let's recharge on.
Go. First move done.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
Not done convincingly.
Recharge on. You are free to use the energy when you want.
Copy.
Pull the car.
Again, just not quite able to stick the move. Alright, there we go.
Left
Oscar's
post is
through.
required for temperature.
He's going to pass Albon now.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Can't believe how much trouble we've been having actually getting overtakes
No
tonight.
energy, bottom of the pack.
Maybe I should have tried staying out on the wets. I don't know. I think by now I would have lost too much pace and started getting swallowed up. I'd rather have to fight from behind and keep the confidence high than stay high track-wise and then just start plummeting and get my confidence absolutely destroyed. At least this means I've got a chance of being quick out the straight out the blocks when we change onto slicks. Stick the move this time. Stick it, stick it. Right. Oh, Nick.
Okay, recharge on. Good job. Recharge on.
I've got the pace when I'm in clean air. It's just there is no clean air, unfortunately.
No more DRS. Okay, so let's cool the car now. Alright mate, recharge on.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Right, this time, surely, come on. There we go, that time.
Okay, let's go recharge on. Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Use energy. Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
No energy, bottom of the pack.
Yeah.
It's been an odd race, this.
Weather's moving
It's
away.
been a very odd race.
Copy.
We've had moments where we've been blisteringly quick, but still unable to overtake.
Recharge on.
And even now, when we've got such a huge grip advantage, we still can't get the moves done. And with full confidence as well. This is the really frustrating thing. Only 8 seconds off Giovinazzi, but we're a long way now behind where we were, and we're just bleeding time again. Stuck behind slower cars and unable to find a way through. Surely here we can get this done.
Use energy.
Right, we're through. Got to try and get Schumacher past Norris and Bottas now. Move done, but I haven't got the battery left, so I'm not going to hold it, I don't think.
Okay, recharge on.
Oh, lunge, lunge, lunge.
Bring the pack up.
My best opportunity to get the move done here, I think. Give up. What is going on tonight? This is just insane. We're just stuck here in 15th and 16th when we have pace. If we can get in clean air, we've got pace to be doing 137s and maybe even a 136 if we, if we push really hard.
To recharge the battery.
And we're stuck doing 138s and 139s. Completely unable to find a way through despite a massive grip advantage, which we are eroding by burning up the tyres, trying to find a way through. That's been a disaster. It was looking so good at one point.
Nothing on the radar, no ready.
Here comes the dry weather. Might as well just keep absolutely thrashing these tyres.
Come on.
Oscar through. Oscar's got
as long as that's clear.
higher confidence and car that's more capable. See if he can do anything.
Recharge on.
We've got a couple more laps and then it's in for slicks, and at this rate I might not even make the points.
And energy is available. No saving required. Work on your PU cooling.
Alright, there we go. That's Norris. He's still on my inside. Right, now we're ahead of him. Valtteri.
To use the free air.
Okay, mate, good job. No more lift and coast required.
Yeah, copy.
Need to give it everything to get past Lewis and then just hope I can hold the position.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
I'm out of battery again.
Careful on the energy.
Ah, damn it. This has turned into a disaster.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
I can't get through. It's just falling apart. Oscar keeps running out of battery at the worst possible time.
Need to cool the engine. Use energy now.
Got to get the move done here, or else it's going to be another ridiculously slow lap. Come on. Come on. Stick it up the inside. There you go. That time.
Recharge on.
Right.
That's good. We can just focus on charging the pack.
Science sniffing around the back of me now.
No energy. Box this lap.
Box.
We're going to the box now, box now.
Copy for box.
See if we can jump a couple of cars in the pits again.
Box.
Okay, mate, nice and steady.
Copy.
No, not for Schumacher. Piastri stayed in 15th ahead of Hamilton, but did pull out a little bit of an extra gap. But close enough for DRS.
Okay, recharge on.
Copy.
No more lift and coast required.
Yeah, okay.
Just got to hope now that we can gain enough ground to hunt down cars like Sonoda and Sainz, etc., that have stayed out. Not worried about the Williams. Schumacher muscling his way through beautifully there, and with the DRS, so we'll get past Valtteri nice and easily here. Hamilton makes a move on Norris after Norris tried to take it from him. Can't get back in front. Done enough to get back to the points. Not quite. We're behind Sonoda and Giovinazzi, but now we're a lot closer than we were. Schumacher has gained a little bit of ground as a result of that as well.
Slightly bigger lift and coast in all areas, please. Overtaking is available. You've got energy.
Let's see if I can get onto their DRS before they warm their tyres up. Or at least before Yuki does. Giovinazzi's tyres are already up to temp, I think. What was at one time looking like a pretty promising result is now looking like I might just get one car in the points, and I don't know about the other one, because I don't know if I can close down Porsche. And that's what I'm going to need to do if I want to get both into the points. I'm going to need to catch and pass Porsche with both cars.
Recharge on.
Yuki's past Gio, and he's going to be off like a rocket.
Look after front tyres.
That's all I can do, just to keep Schumacher in DRS. And then I can't even do that. Oh my god, I might not even finish in the points with either car at this rate. This has gone so horribly wrong.
Let's push up to Bottas if we can.
Oh my god, I can't even hold off Bottas.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Think about the
Oh
car
my
start
god.
alternating.
Copy.
It's clear to me that we still need something more with our car. I mean, this isn't a great circuit for us because our acceleration is rubbish. There's a lot of stop-start in this circuit, and our straight line speed isn't the greatest. But I mean, we're not even keeping up with Tsunoda and Giovinazzi. And Norris is having a lunge. Oh, this is all going horribly, horribly wrong. I still can't believe how hard it was for us to just get a few simple overtakes done when we had a massive tyre disparity when we were on full wets and the track was at 4.5 mil. We should have breezed past so many of those cars and we struggled. We had to really fight for it.
Let's go recharge on, please.
Copy.
Okay, push. Let's go.
Copy.
Singapore hasn't usually been a bogey track for us, but it certainly has tonight. Massively underperforming, I think, on where we should really be. The circuit just doesn't suit us at all for whatever reason. Yeah, our dirty air tolerance is bad, but I mean we're not too far away from the average. We're just lacking, you know, in speed and acceleration, and I think that is what's really hurting us more than anything tonight, because we've had those positions where we've got alongside in a corner, but we haven't been able to just, or you know, we've got, you know, there alongside and opened up the DRS and not been able to pull past them. Right, finally back in front of Norris, back into full confidence again. It's no, oh, yellow flag.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
What is that for?
Right,
Tsunoda's
then,
crashed.
you can take a look now.
Excellent.
This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda.
Yuki's in the last points paying position
and
here.
there's the contact. Thankfully, though, they come away from that unharmed.
So that's damaged his front wing and dropped him down to 18th. So we are now on the cusp of points with Oscar, who's starting to turn it the wick a little bit on Giovinazzi. Porsche's up to 8th place. It's ahead of Gasly. Porsche's going to get points tonight, and not a small amount either. He's on for 4 points right now.
Bring the pack up. Energy. push now, everything you got.
Schumacher's still nowhere. Look.
Sweet. Good job. P10. Okay, let's push.
Gasly back in front of Porsche.
Six to go.
I don't know if I've got enough in me to break away from Giovinazzi here.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Big lift off.
Okay, we need lift and coast, please.
Alright, let's see. They're doing 130.9, 131.3, so 131s basically. I don't have 129.7 pace in me without without my battery, so I've been able to drop Giovinazzi, but it has now opened up the opportunity for Norris to slingshot past.
5 to go. Copy.
29.7, I only gained 7/10 of a second. Yeah, I'm not catching either of the two in front without a mistake somewhere. This question, can I do anything with Hamilton now? Can I get past him and then maybe past Valtteri as well? It's not looking good. Norris is through up to 11th. It's been a strange race because, like I said, this is one of those races where it can be hardly any drama at all, or it can be one that's just full of yellow flags, safety cars, even red flags. Well, tonight it's been very boring and straightforward in terms of, you know, errors.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
Recharge on.
And now it's too late for a safety car to help us. A red flag now would be interesting.
Let's go recharge on.
Four laps left. Try and keep Norris at bay because he's caught me back up again.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Vulnerable here. Yeah, he's going to get me.
Back off now.
Copy.
Focus on bringing the tyres down.
Yeah.
3 to go. We'd like you to slow down, please.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
They're at the peak now.
Copy. Recharge on.
Hoping for a bit of an uptick in performance. Yeah, just a little uptick, but a little bit of an uptick in performance with that new underfloor and front wing. And if anything, it feels, and I know we have taken steps forward, but it feels like we've taken a step backwards. Like I said, maybe it's just the characteristics of this circuit do not suit our car. Like I say, we're not great in terms of straight line speed, and the straights for the overtaking opportunities here are big straights, so you need good speed. And there's a lot of stop-start as well. You know, a lot of quite heavy braking zones, and we do not have good acceleration, so we are slow out of said heavy braking zones.
Overtaking is available.
It just does not seem to be working for us.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Copy.
I'm struggling to stay with Norris now.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Use everything.
Copy.
I don't know if I made it back into the DRS or not. No, I didn't.
Recharge on.
I'm just going to throw everything at the tyres and hope. I've got nothing else to fight with. Oh man, I need to at least get Oscar in the points. I need that 10th place to avoid this being an utter shambles.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
One opportunity here.
Use energy.
Yep.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Copy.
No energy.
God damn it.
Copy.
Poor acceleration and no battery. I'm not even going to get a point. God damn it. Disaster.
Let's check a flow.
This is a race where we could have done a lot better than we did.
That was awesome.
But just our inability to make the overtakes and then make them stick.
What a race that was. And there, of course, we see Lance strolling in.
A 5th place finish ensures they're taking away a fair few points from this one.
So that's big points for Aston Martin tonight.
Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
A 3rd win of the season has to leave them and the team feeling confident.
And you've got to think that Singapore will be buzzing now for many hours to come. And down there in the Alpha Tauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And a big thanks to you all.
So, confirmation of the final result. Charles Leclerc up 10 places to take the final step on the podium behind George Russell and Max. Alonso up 5. That's 5th and 6th for Aston Martin. And yeah, all of a sudden that gap, what was it, 3-4 points, is now down by another 18. Ugh, it's getting very, very squeaky bum time as far as Aston Martin go. Some points for Alpine, 10 more points for them, despite, Ocon not having the greatest race. Gasly recovered well. Porsche gets off the mark with 2 points. Norris, a great recovery race from him, up 7 places. It would have been even more points for McLaren had Yuki not crashed. Oscar, disappointing race. Even worse, I would say, for Mick. Neither driver really covered themselves in glory for large chunks of that race. Unfortunately, they did some sterling defensive work in the first stint. And even on the Inters, they were pretty strong in defence for periods of time, but the full wets, it took them so long to take advantage of that extra grip and their ability to outbrake everybody in the corners that, in the end it was just too much, too much to overcome. Bad weekend for Mercedes, down 6 places for Lewis, down 4 places for Zhou. Yuki down 16 places in the end thanks to that little knock he took where he locked up and went into the barrier. In the Drivers' Championship, there you see Max still top, stretching his lead over George a little bit. It's now 20 points. And George still outscoring Leclerc, so he's now 12 clear of 3rd place. Perez moves above Norris into 4th, 9 points ahead of him. Yuki stays in 6th, no points scored. Same for Oscar in 7th, none for him. Stroll now just 13 points behind after his 5th place finish there. Fernando. Oh, excuse me. Came out of nowhere. Fernando gaining a couple of places and picking up 8 more points. 8 much needed points. He's had a disappointing season. Ocon gets some more points as well. He's a point behind Fernando. Albon drops 2 places. Gasly picks up some points. Is now just 1 behind Alex Albon. Teo Porsche off the mark at last, and with 2 points, outscoring his teammate and Giovinazzi, who himself was in with a shout of points at 1 point tonight. Let's take a look at the constructors. 41 points for Red Bull. They are just 122 points clear now. The championship is pretty much theirs, I think. They've only had the 6 wins, but they've been so consistent in their pace. 16 podiums out of 16 races. That's not too bad. Ferrari, there you see them, 30 points, big points for them. They're on 434, but they're a mile behind Red Bull. But they're also a mile ahead of McLaren, who only picked up the 1 point tonight. We didn't score anything. And there you see Aston Martin are now just 16 points behind after big points for them. No points for Williams, so at least we have that 40-point cushion to them still. No points for Mercedes. So again, they are out of the equation. Alpine pick up 10 points, but they are so far behind that we should be able to hold them off. But it's going to be a fight with Aston Martin now, to the end of the season, just to try and hang on to 4th place. And Haas up to 3 points now, thanks to Pourchaire's scoring. Let's take a look. Did we win the pit stop challenge tonight? We did, first and second, a 2.25 and a 2.28. Quicker than Red Bull, who were 3rd and 4th. So they get some good points, but we stretch our lead. We are now, let's see, we are 44 points clear. So that's a nice little cushion there. Again, touch wood. Let's see if we can hold it off. We've got the second fastest pit stop of the season. Nobody else has come close, I don't think. Nobody else has even had a stop under 2.3 yet. So Red Bull with the quickest stop so far, 2.22. We've had a 2.25. Very, very fine margins. But we have been a little bit more consistent than they have, despite them having one faster stop than us overall this season. And they see 2 blisteringly quick stops right out the gate, then a couple of 2.3 second stops as well, and then there was the quickest stop there, lap 37 of the 2.25, and then a 2.4 and a 2.3. So all of our stops pretty quick. That one there was when we changed Oscar's front wing, thanks to Ocon. Let's have a look at the driver cards. 19 successful overtakes, 15 failed, 20 successful defenses, 5 failed. For Oscar, 22 successful overtakes, 11 failed, 13 successful defenses, and 8 failed. But those numbers don't really paint the real picture. I mean, it looks like Oscar was just a beast going forward, and for a couple of laps he was, but too often he wasn't, unfortunately. And it was even worse for Mick. You know, again, he had a couple of laps where he was really good, and a lot of laps where he just wasn't up to the job, which is so frustrating. In terms of sponsors, well, let's see. We achieved our quali streak, which was really nice. That was worth big money there, 682,000. We didn't get the finish position incentive, but no penalty there. We did get both cars in Q2. It's only worth 70 grand. Performance targets, we missed out on the fastest lap. Not surprising, considering we couldn't even get overtakes done. Q3, we got 1 car into Q3, and we got 2 cars in the top 12. So we come out with about an extra million on top of our base rate. So 3.7 mil added to the bank. And that is quite a nice little bonus there. Oscar does go up a point in overall rating. Next up is Suzuka, which I hope will be a little bit more suitable for our car. The circuit is a bit more flowing. There's a lot less stop and start as there is at Singapore. So I'm hopeful that we will do a little bit better. We have got something in the inbox. This might be a regulation vote. It is financial changes for next season. As a way of better rewarding excellence on the grid, we propose increasing the prize money for higher performing teams. So we are currently looking at a 10.3% gain. If we pass this objective and hang on to 4th, that will actually become 10.8. However, if we slip to 5th, we will lose a full percentage point of income. I don't know whether or not I want to vote for that or not. Let's go for it. Why not? Why not? Car inspection. The rear wing failed on both cars. I have got spares, so that is an easy fix. There we go. And does that mean out of spares? It is, so I need to make some new ones. Make 4 of those because they will go again before the end of the season. I don't have any spare front wings again now. I do have another one coming tomorrow, and then another one in 4 days. So I will not have enough spares. Well, I won't have as many spares as I would like. Let's see. I've got no spares at the moment. I'll get 1 to put on Schumacher's car, and then 1 spare across the whole weekend. May have to hold that back from Schumacher for another race. I really don't want to do that. I really want to put that on both cars because I could do with that extra little bit in terms of brake cooling. The underfloor will be ready in time for Suzuka. Excellent. Definitely need that underfloor. And chassis will finish up in a couple of days, and then that will be the end of that slot. We will not be able to put anything else straight back in. We'll have to wait for a slot to open up. We've got 2 more slots opening up in 8 days, which will give us 1 slot in total, so we can start work on a project after that. We will have hours to put into it. Trying to look on the bright side. We've got another wet qualifying coming up at Suzuka, but it will be a dry race. That'll be tomorrow night's race. So yeah, we're gonna just quickly check the facilities. Actually, let's check with the board. Another disappointed. It's not good. It's really not good. 4th is starting to look a lot shakier as well. Design Center's going to break very soon. Suspension sim's about to break. Team Hub is days away from breaking. That'll just have to stay broken. Everything here is okay. Can't quite afford a refurb either. An upgrade either. Maybe after Suzuka we'll have enough money to do that, and also get another project underway. What's my remaining cost cap? Let's have a look. I've got 15.8 mil left. Projected to have just under 10 mil left on current spend levels, but it will be less than that. So we're going to be right up against the cost cap by the end of the season. Maybe slightly before the end of the season. Let's see how we do tomorrow. Yeah, very disappointed tonight. No points. And we had the opportunity for at least 1 car to get, a few points, but like I said, yeah, just really frustrating. We had so much extra pace when we were on the full wets and just couldn't use it for so long because we could not get those overtakes done when we really should have been able to breeze past. And it wasn't until the track was about 5 millimeters nearly of water before we were able to start doing that, when we should have been doing it almost straight away. Really, really frustrating. Hopefully things will be much easier for us tomorrow night. I'll be back at the usual time of 8 p.m. Hope you will be joining me for that. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am a slightly disappointed Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.